What are we doing?
Going to Gulf Star Bracket Racing's Cedar Falls event.
What am I doing?
You're getting ready to run the car at the Cedar Falls Gulf Star TV Bracket Race event. Tom Gall's race, Friday night, testing, Camaro.
You know I've never done this.
Be there. AJ's going to turn it up, put the smoke on the tires, and roll. You'll be all right, dude.
AJ from GO Lithium here. Gonna take the Bishop Performance Motorsports Camaro down the track at the Gulf Star TV Cash Harvest Bracket Race. Chris was kind enough to let me take a hit and see what it's like to go down the 8th mile and experience what these guys experience. So wish me luck. We're gonna videotape the whole thing. Matt's helping me out, giving me all the coaching tips. Probably not gonna do the best, but freaking rock and roll, dude.
That's 109 miles an hour.
I mean, I held it.
You did good.
I held it.
Good job, bud. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Woo! Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, he was still calling me the whole time while we were out in the staging lane.
I held it. Just called me again. Nice. That's a keeper there, man.
First time slip.
Good job, bro.
Very cool.
Thanks, man.
Okay, we have arrived at Brainerd Performance. Got my motor off. Let's go find Lance. Well, we found Lance. We got the motor unloaded, and now I'm driving 3 hours back home to Belgrade. I'm hoping to have the motor back on Monday, and I suppose I'll make the 3-hour trip back to Lance's and then 3 hours to Steve's to drop it off. Well, last night I grabbed the kids from home. I made a trip to my sister's house. She's about a halfway point to Lou's Speed Shop. So now this morning we'll go over to Lou's Speed Shop and drop off this front end and the Nova. I made it to Lou's Speed Shop. I backed this into the driveway by myself, not a professional. So yeah, we're gonna get the car out here. We're getting the car unloaded.
Here, I'll hook this here.
And then we'll push it into the shop and he'll take a look at it.
Alright, I see what you mean there.
Yeah. So that's simple enough. But probably not a bad idea just to maybe start fresh. Those pedals are like $130 for the whole complete assembly. They're not like a big ticket item. It's just getting it in there. Let's take it down. All right, I could probably re-grip.
Okay, here at Lou's Hot Rod Shop, we have Danielle Davis's 1966 Chevy 2 up on the rack. And we've had a chance to inspect this car, and there's a number of things that we will be updating and repairing. So Danielle's ready to go for the Brainerd Nationals in a couple weeks. We're just going to give a brief description of what we're going to be replacing in terms of components and some of the areas of the car that we are going to work on. A little bit of damage to the cowl area that we will be straightening. Up in the front end, there's a couple components we found that were bent. Steering arms, outer rod ends, steering rack will all be replaced. We'll also build out a completely new steering shaft, new U-joints, trying to make that a little bit better. Also, we will build out a removable front radiator mount. A little bit of damage to the old one. Also, we are going to be mounting a completely new fiberglass front end, which is going to require a bit of fab work and engineering to make some framework so it would fit underneath the fiberglass front end and attach to the chassis. Some of the old tabs that were damaged, we're going to cut those off, put new in. Moving over to the brake system, we are going to cycle out the old master cylinder for a updated and newer version. We will incorporate a couple of new hard lines. Moving to the inside of the vehicle, the brake pedal assembly, we will be cycling that out and replacing it with a updated version. When we do that, we're also going to incorporate a pedal stop that would prevent the pedal from moving in the opposite direction. This is what we don't want to happen. So we will be building that out, making that a little bit better so that doesn't happen again. Okay, getting around to the rear of the car, we did notice the rear shocks weren't quite sitting correctly. With that being said, we did notice both lower shock mounts are bent, so that would be a component that we'll just go ahead and replace those. Also, diagonal link, kind of hard to see, but there is a bit of a bow in the piece of tubing, so we will change that out to a little bit beefier unit that we will build out. Also, just to confirm the rear shocks are in good condition, we will remove those, take those all apart, make sure the springs look okay, make sure the shock can go through its compression cycle and rebound cycle properly. If all goes well, we can clean them all up, put them all back together, and put them back in the car. Okay, here we have the fiberglass front end. Brand new, ready to go. We have the hood over here. And what we're going to be doing is we need to make some framework to mount the new front clip. There's the old framework not good anymore. And we're just going to take some tubing and we're going to bend it up, weld it up, make some framework so we can attach this nice new front end to the car.
All right, so we are at Louis to pick up Danielle's car. It's all done-ish. Got a little bit of work to do when we get it home. And then the front end will go to Donnie's house this weekend. And we'll put the motor in. Now just gotta load her up.
Brakes work, right?
All right. Well, there is Danielle's new front end. It's been fitted to the car, but it don't match. So I'm going to try to start throwing some red on it tonight and hopefully finish up tomorrow if the mosquitoes don't eat me alive here yet tonight. So I'll show you some progress tomorrow, but we should be able to get it done in a couple hours. All right. Well, we got one panel on. The hood scoop is coming around. It's a little different doing it on a gel coat or a primer. It's not the same as doing it on paint. Humidity throws a curve into it too. It's pretty tacky. It goes down and doesn't want to move around much. So we'll try to get the fenders and the hood and all that done here in a couple hours and get it out of here.
Here we are back at Louis. Pick up Danielle's car for a second time. Got an alignment yesterday. Or this morning. This morning it got an alignment. There's Louis.
Same deal, different day.
There it is. All ready to go. So we'll load it up and head back home.